One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Michigan's offense will get the football first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
And the Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Coming into the game, the defense talked about, man, they really wanted to get to this quarterback. Well, it didn't take long. 2 plays in, they get to him, and they get the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Bring in the heat. He'll pull it down and run. Short gain on the play before he slides. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Thundering Herd offense takes the field. It's our first look at them in this one. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is how is this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read him some. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
Fights off a defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Horn. Touchdown, Wolverines! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Plucks it out of the air. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. Marshall quick to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll go to the ground. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
From the gun to give, looking for room.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Kessler. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. They're working that left side. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Thundering Herd was stuck with some tough field position, but now a chance to get a drive going.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll go right back to the run.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He leaves it with the back. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying play action. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Complete to start this drive. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Marshall quick to the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands. And
it's a fumble. And the ball goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, but it'll be marked for no gain.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Looking down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Got his man to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wide receiver going in motion. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. They'll try to slam it in. And going to the run is going to backfire as the clock runs out here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the move from inside is 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 35. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Off play action. Fires left. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. Fires to the middle. Working on the right. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Marshall quick to the line. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the ground game. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They go to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quick completion to the right. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. To the ground, he's got it again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The Wolverines line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Hand off from the shotgun. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line. Marshall quick to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. And nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone, on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Got it looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Grabbed in the middle. It's Woodside. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Herd!
They got the touchdown, guys, but I don't know if they're going to be able to even get a playoff after this onside kick attempt. If they recover it, they're going to have to do it super quick to give themselves a chance for the Hail Mary into the end zone to win.
And now they're going to go for 2 and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. Tight end finds a soft spot. He will not make it to the end zone. The 2-point conversion attempt fails, and they are still down by 1 here deep in the game. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Breaks into the open. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You play through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of